Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we talk about all things financial literacy. And today we're going to be talking about the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited credit card. This was a card that I just got approved for maybe 2 or 3 days ago. And this one has no documentation required, 0% APR for 12 months. And this is really going to be a follow up to the original Chase card that I was approved for, the very first one. It was the Chase Inc. Business Cash card. That one also had 0% APR for 12 months. Unfortunately, when I got that card, my limit was capped at $1,000 for the initial starting line, which was, I believe, the lowest starting line that you can possibly get for that card. Now, upon further review and some more research, I learned about some things that I can do differently. Not only did I, make some corrections, I was able to get that card to $5,000 currently. I do plan on requesting another credit limit increase probably in the next 90 days. And then when I was able to get this card a few days ago, I have an initial starting credit limit of $10,000. So I'm going to take you highlight this card just so you know exactly all the benefits that it has for you. But secondly, I'm going to show you all the data points that I believe will get you approved so that you can avoid getting a small initial starting limit, and then you can qualify to get this card as well. So let's get started. So right now we're currently on the Chase website, and this is for the Inc. Business Unlimited credit card. And these offers are current to date. So depending on when you're watching this video, you may want to go over to the website and see what new offers that they have. It may not be the same offers that you're currently seeing here. But for new card members, you can earn a $900 bonus cashback after you spend $6,000 on purchases in the first 3 months after account opening. And what's really cool about this is I thought that I may not be able to get this particular offer because I already got the first one. It turns out even if you have one Chase credit card, you can still get another bonus offer. I don't know if it's within 90 days or what have you, but I do know that it was more than that time frame in between getting the first Chase card and this credit card. And I was also able to get the 0% APR for 12 months for account opening. There's no annual fee on this card. You also earn unlimited 1.5% cash back rewards on every purchase. So if you're buying this, like if you're using this card to purchase inventory and stuff like I am, it's great because I know I'm going to spend probably the entire limit during the holiday season. I'm going to get 1.5% cash back on every purchase. But not only that, 0% APR for 12 months. So I have a year to basically use that, make my money, pay it back. And if I want, I can do it again up until the promotion is over. And then I'll probably just raise the limit on this card a little bit more as time goes on. And then if there is another offer that I could get for 0% APR on another card, I plan on doing a credit line transfer. So my plan is to get as much limit as I can on this card. And then if I have another promotional offer, just transfer the credit line over to my next card. That way I can, basically continue doing this for hopefully at least another 2 or 3 years, or start a new business altogether and then try to get the same ones. If you have employees, then you can add cards at no additional cost. You also earn 5% cash back on Lyft rides. So that is going to be going through March of 2025. Again, depending on when you're watching this video, check back. A lot of the promotions get repurposed or they find something new. You also want to check different web pages. I noticed depending on what you're looking at, sometimes you see different offers. So just always double check and just see what exactly is available at the time. And for refer bonus offers, you can also earn up to 200,000 points per year, and you can earn $20,000 bonus points, for each business that gets approved for any Chase Inc. credit card. And then you can do that by clicking the button and getting your referral. Now, I am going to leave a referral link in the description. If you want to use my referral link, then I greatly appreciate it. I do believe that when you use the referrals, it does help you get approved. I did a video a few months back about the Amex Platinum, and everyone who has gotten approved for that, I basically maxed out the referral. I think it was 4 people got approved like almost within like the first week of me doing that. And then they helped me actually get 125,000 bonus points. So thank you for that. And I do believe that that was also something that assisted them in getting approved when you get that referral. So it's mutually beneficial. And, again, I appreciate it if you do. If you don't, then it's okay. You can just go to the link and you can apply for it. Makes no difference. So let's actually go ahead and figure out the data points. And let me just go into explaining what I did to basically get 10 times the limit I originally got when I first got the cash card. So as I stated before, this is a no doc stated income credit card. So you're not required at all to present any documentation in order to get approved for this card. You can do stated income when it comes to what you make, and you can do stated income when it comes to your business, or you can do what you expect to make throughout the year. So you can just make a projection of what you think that you'll do in the next 12 months. And I've talked about this a lot. And of course, that's usually what you guys are looking for. No doc stated income and no doc business credit cards. They're designed for entrepreneurs like me and you who don't have extensive financial documents that lenders would require for an actual business loan. So these are also known as asset-based financing or alternative financing options. But no doc business credit cards gives small businesses access to capital without that extensive documentation. And that's the point. And you don't have to present income or assets in order to get this card. All you have to do is have a business that is completely structured. And then there are some data points that I will be going over. So let's go to the data points now. Now, these are the data points that we're looking at for your credit score. They do a hard pull from Experian. Okay. It is a Experian hard pull. So you don't have to worry about the other two bureaus. Now, sometimes things can be regional. So I would suggest just freeze Equifax, freeze TransUnion, leave Experian open, and you want to have between a 680 credit score to an 850 credit score. That's going to be the bare minimum, I would say. You may even get approved with the lower one if you have a prior relationship with Chase. But if you have no prior relationship and you have a 680, or really if you have below a 750, I'm going to tell you what I recommend. When I got approved for this card, I was at 760 because my score just seems to fluctuate. But right now that seems to be like my sweet spot, 760, because I have been applying for some things. I've added new loans, auto loans. So there have been a lot of different things going on with my report that has caused that to change throughout the last few months. Now, hard inquiries, you want to have less than 2. Me personally, right now, I have 0 hard inquiries on my Experian credit report. As I get new business credit cards, I remove them. I have a video on this channel. If you haven't seen it, that will show you how to remove hard inquiries. You only remove hard inquiries for accounts that do not report to your personal credit. And as I've stated before, but some of you are new, business credit cards do not report to your personal credit for the most part. There are exceptions like Capital One business credit cards. They pull from all 3 bureaus and they report to your personal. I avoid those. I have no Capital One business credit cards because of that reason. So for me, I'm able to get these cards and remove hard inquiries. So right now, currently for Experian, I have 0. You want to have at least 2 or less. You don't want to have more than 2, and you want them to be at least 90 days old. So meaning if you just got a brand new personal card, like let's say last week, I would wait 90 days in order for you to apply for this one, because there's a good chance that you'll be denied because you just opened a new account recently. Wait at least 90 days. And if you have a score that's lower than 750, actually, even if you have a score that's higher than 750, because I believe this is the mistake that I made that caused me to get a $1,000 credit line for the Chase Ink card. So just, take this with a grain of salt. You can do your own research, but I'm just going to tell you my experience. So when I first applied for the Chase Ink card, I froze my report. I had to go unfreeze it and then rerun the application. I had to call. When I called, even though my business was completely structured, I had no other relationship with Chase. I had no checking accounts. I had no savings accounts, nothing like that. After I had to speak with underwriting, I got approved for the bare minimum. Now, my credit score was around a 770, I believe, at the time. So even with that high credit score, it did not help me get a higher limit because it's not just about the score. So what I recommend that you do, get the Chase business accounts. There's a checking account and a savings account. You want to open those up first. This is what I did that got me a $10,000 limit from starting with a $1,000 limit from that other card. I went into Chase. I opened up a checking account, a savings account. Periodically, I've been depositing $100, one of like 500, like just little extras into the checking in the savings account. And I've been doing that consecutively for 90 days. The first thing that happened when I did this, I was able to go from a $1,000 credit line on the Chase Ink card to a $5,000 credit line. So that already I got 5 times what I got by depositing money monthly. And you can do as little as $50, 25, whatever you can afford. I was doing anywhere between 100 and 500. I did it consecutively for 90 days. I would do it every single week. I was basically just taking money and just zelling it to myself once a week, just little extra money that I had, and I was just putting it there. And I knew that's what I was trying to do, was create a relationship. Banks have a just like Navy Federal, like a internal scoring type system. It's a banking model that they use. The more money that you put in, it almost raises the profile of your account, because they like to see you putting in money. They like to see you sitting it in there. That's going to basically give a positive signal to give you a higher credit line, because you're actually contributing to this institution and not just taking from by just getting credit line. Even though they do make money off of that, it's definitely better when you actually make deposits into this account. It looks very, very good, especially when you're doing it on a weekly basis. It looks very, very good when it's consecutive deposits. So I wouldn't make I wouldn't just take $5,000 and just put it in checking, put it in savings. I would just take 500 and deposit it weekly and just do that for the next, 12 weeks. That would be 90 days. So do that, take that approach, and trust me, if you're not in a rush, that's going to give you your highest limit to start with. Again, that's how I was able to go from the 1,000 to the 5,000, requesting one credit line increase. I did have to call for the business credit cards with Chase. You need to call. But then when I was able to apply for this card, I got 10 times the limit that I started with, because I did that and built that relationship with them. Now, the other thing that I want to mention is that there's business credit reporting. Chase will show up on your business credit report. That's going to include Experian Business. That's going to include Dun & Bradstreet, and it's going to include Equifax Business. Now, why am I telling you this? I will let you know that when you have accounts that you're using, and let's say that you plan on using this for whatever, for me, inventory for stuff, maybe you do construction, real estate, whatever you plan on using it for, just know that when you have a balance that sits, it does negatively impact your business scores. And you'll see, I think my Experian business score, when I first started with like NAV and a couple other net 30s, it was at like an 85. My score is currently at I think like a 25 or 35. It makes you look like you're high risk when you have that balance, even if you're paying it off every month. Business credit reports are a little bit different. So I'm just going to let you know that if you decide to get this card as one of your first cards, just know that if you leave a balance on there, you may get denied for other cards because of it. Like, for example, the Sam's Club Business MasterCard, they look at the Experian business report and they will hard pull it. You'll probably get denied because you have a balance sitting on that card. If it's the GM Marcus card, you'll probably get denied. If you go for the US Bank card, you'll probably get denied. If you go for the Bank of America card, you may get denied. So my recommendation, depending on what you're trying to do, you may want to get a few other cards first, like US Bank if you want that, like Bank of America, like GM Marcus. You may want to start with those first. And then the ones that report are going to be, like, for example, the GM Marcus card, that one reports to Chase reports. You may want to save these for after you get those. Again, your order is going to be your order, depending on how you want to stack. My recommendation is just making sure that when those cards, you'll get the letters in the mail. They'll tell you too many delinquent accounts on your business credit profile. It'll be something along the lines of that. That just means you got to go pay it off and then reapply, and then you can get approved. So just be aware that that is something that can happen. But it's something that, again, it may or may not affect you. It just depends on if you plan on leaving a balance. But just know that doing that when this reports will affect your score. But consequently, if you pay it off, it also will aid to your score. So it may actually improve your business credit score, and you'll have some revolving accounts with good balances which will actually positively affect you when you go to get those other cards. So it could be a double-edged sword, just depending on what you're doing. Or you could just not worry about it, and you could stick with your American Expresses and your Chases and Wells Fargo and a couple of the other ones that don't look at the business report, and then you don't have to worry about it. So just a little tidbit of information that I had to deal with that hopefully you won't have to deal with either. And you can then go from, if you have a low limit, follow this process, get this card, you can get a higher limit. And again, you can transfer the credit line. So if you really want to take advantage of it, there's a Chase Inc. business card that has a, I don't remember the Premier maybe, but the one that has the $195 annual fee. If you want the highest limit, do what I'm talking about now. Open the checking and savings, make the deposits consecutively for 90 days, and then get that card. It'll have the highest limit. It has the highest initial starting limit that you could possibly get. Doesn't have 0% APR. So if you want to be strategic about it, you can get that higher limit on that one. And then you could go ahead and you could get one of the other cards like this one, and then you can transfer the credit line to raise that limit. So that's a little trick that you can get to actually get access to more capital and then get the 0% APR promo, which is something that, I plan on doing in 90 days. I may go back and get the next one and then transfer the credit line. So we will take a look at that and we will see if I get approved. I'll keep you updated, and it'll just be a continuation of this video from that point. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Really, really do appreciate it. The channel has grown so much. We're right up to around 30,000 subscribers now. And I believe that we'll probably end the year at 50,000. So yeah, when I started, I had about 7 or 11 subs, like in the first week of January. And in this very short amount of time, we'll probably go from there to 50,000. My goal was 100, but hey, 50,000 is not anything light either. And I'm very appreciative of that. I will continue posting content until the end of 2024, and then beginning in 2025. You may not see me on this channel because I'm thinking about stopping really posting. Well, I probably won't upload any new content, or maybe I will upload something like every 3 months or so, but it's not going to be very often because I want to focus on doing something else for YouTube, thinking about doing something in just the broadcasting and personal brand space and getting out of the finance space, just because that, personal branding is where I need to be at and where my goals are, and broadcasting is where my goals are, not necessarily personal finance. And I don't think I can make the transition on this channel. So I think I'm gonna start over next year. This was a good test run and everything like that. So I'm glad I was able to do it. I'm glad I gave you some information as time goes on. If I want to just give little gems and stuff about finance and how I do that, I'll just throw it on this channel, and it'll be cool. And I think I like that idea to be able to just throw that information out there at my leisure. But yeah, next year I think I'm going to be hyper focused on switching to a personal brand, start my broadcasting, back to podcasting, back to doing that kind of stuff. That's really my bag and what I want to do. So yeah, but I'll be around at least until the end of 2025. So if you guys, I'll probably give an announcement on that and let you guys know at the end of the year. It's been a great year thus far. I'm going to end with a bang. We're going to keep the content coming, and then next year I'll start my new endeavors. So thank you guys so much for watching this video once again. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. If you were approved for this card, let me know. The referral link is in the description. Please use that if you would like to. And thank you guys so much. You have a wonderful day.